looking at economics through a spiritual perspective, I don't think is a conversation that a lot of people are having, but I think it's an important conversation to have. And, the Universal House of Justice, in this letter we've been reading from, they do talk about it. I'll read, just briefly from this section. They say a foundational concept to explore in this context is the spiritual reality of man. In the revelation of Bahá'u'lláh, the nobility inherent to every human being is unequivocally asserted. It is a fundamental tenet of Baha'i belief upon which hope for the future of humankind is built. It talks about how the individual is not merely a self-interested economic unit striving to claim an ever greater share of the world's material resources. Man's merit lieth in service and virtue, Bahá'u'lláh avers, and not in the pageantry of wealth and riches. He also says, dissipate not the wealth of your precious lives in the pursuit of evil and corrupt affection, nor let your endeavors be spent in promoting your personal interest. I find this part so interesting. The idea that people seek to acquire as many resources as they can, and therefore that affects their price discrimination and their consumption here and their savings rate there. And there's all these things that are predicated on that inherent belief. But kind of to what they were saying earlier, that, just because we've seen this throughout history doesn't mean this has to be our future.